Hi everyone, welcome to the Ignition Time channel. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about the importance of maintaining your emotional state. Now, this channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about our country, it's about the economy, it's about your money, it's helping you get into the right mindset to be successful in this rather unusual and this bizarre world that we live in. I actually originally launched this channel during COVID back in 2020, 2021, and that was a completely different world compared to the world that we live in today. And I do think that as a society, we have changed fundamentally. I do think that as a society, we have become less tolerant, we've become more impatient, we've become more likely to want to cut ties, eliminate people, show aggression simply because we don't agree with their point of view or they don't agree with our point of view. And I think that the emergence of social media, amazing political ramifications of what's happened in the United States, has really made us more further apart, because I think what social media has done is helped us connect, but it's also helped discourage actual face-to-face interaction. I think it's made people in general more intolerant. And let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section below. I appreciate you for being a viewer to our channel. If you're not a subscriber yet, please click subscribe, and please leave a comment. I'm looking forward to hearing from our viewers and subscribers. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of the right emotional state. Yes, the right emotional state. Now, what do I mean by that? I want you to think about it this way. Let's say you're neither happy nor sad, and you're trying to grade your emotional state. Now, what do I mean by emotional state? Now, let's say you're neither happy or sad. Your emotional state would be maybe a 0 or a 1 out of 10. Let's say you are extremely happy and you're jumping for joy and you're euphoric. That would be an emotional state that's 9 or 10 out of 10. And let's say your emotional state is such that you're depressed. You don't feel like you're getting out of work. You feel on the other end of the spectrum, you're just, you just don't want to face the day and you're depressed. And it's been an absolutely terrible day and there's something that really frustrates you. It could be a family member, a neighbor, your boss, you're like really mad. Let's consider that an emotional state of -9 or -10 out of 10. Now, I can tell you that what I've observed in all my interactions with all my friends, with my family, with all the members of our community that I interact with, I'm finding that during COVID, our emotional state was a -7, -8 because we didn't know what the world held for us. But after COVID, actually finding that we've become more distant. Instead of experiencing an emotional state of +7, 8, 9, 10, I think that most of us have now settled into an emotional state of maybe +3, +4, or -3, -4. What I mean is a lot of us have actually become unemotional. A lot of us have become apathetic. And I think that's terrible. The feeling of apathy that really now is associated with our emotions, where you kind of don't care about other people. I actually think that's a bad thing, because I think it's important for us to be able to feel, whether good or bad. It's important for us to feel and be in touch with our emotional selves. And again, I want to know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about my own analysis, my own personal opinion. These are my personal opinions about emotional states and whether you feel this is actually impacting your life. I was actually speaking with a good friend of mine who said that, and he's 33, he was talking to me about the fact that his girlfriend, essentially stopped talking with him, stopped communicating with him, and he was in limbo because he didn't know whether she was going to break up with him, whether she had a problem with him, or whether she saw, or whether he did something that he didn't like. But his problem was she wasn't even willing to talk to him about it. And he felt, hey, I just need to know what the problem is. Is it good? Is it bad? Maybe I can fix it. And so I think that a lot of us have gotten to a point where after work and just, talking about something other than work, other than politics, that's where the real growth happens. And I do think that the emotional growth that we need to experience as individuals, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter whether you're a 9-year-old watching this video, whether you're a 20-year-old or a 60-year-old watching this video. I think we can all grow and we can all improve emotionally. And an important part of that emotional growth is social interactions, being socially in touch with other people, even if you disagree with them. And that leads me back to the emotional scale of we want to avoid conflict And in an effort to avoid conflict, we actually end up distancing ourselves. I think it's important for all of us to be able to speak with each other openly, to be able to speak with each other honestly, even if we have a difference of opinion, because I think it is a difference of opinions where people can actually learn and grow. If you think you're right and the other person is always wrong, I got news for you. You're simply not going to be able to grow. You're simply not going to be able to get to the next level. But if you're open to another person's point of view, if you're open to admitting that maybe you were wrong or maybe your worldview can change, then I think that's where you can grow. And when you're speaking with someone else, as long as both sides speak respectfully and speak courteously, I think that both sides can actually grow. And again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. But what I've found after COVID is a lot of us have become more distant. Yes, we can get on social media, we can get on Facebook, Instagram, X, we can get on LinkedIn, have friends, we can send each other messages. But what about those important face-to-face interactions? What about just going for a walk with a friend or a neighbor? What about +10 and all the way down to -10? I think for me personally, I used to be at, between a +4 and a +9 before COVID. And after COVID, my mom actually passed away in November of 2021. It's just over 3 years now. My emotional state has been anywhere from a +4 to a -4. And I'm actually living what I'm talking to you about. It's not just, an observation or something I read in an article. I'm actually feeling that I'm finding it difficult to be really happy and to be able to savor moments. And I don't know if you're feeling that or if it's something that you disagree with. I would like to know what you think. So what do we do about this? I think what we do about this is we are honest. We need to be honest and open with ourselves emotionally. We need to be able to communicate with others respectfully so that there's no conflict, because again, people don't like conflict. I think, the example I gave you earlier of my friend whose girlfriend didn't want to talk to him. I'm assuming she just wants to avoid conflict. That makes a lot of sense. But it is important also to be emotionally honest, to talk about the things that bother us and not bury them, because then there's no growth emotionally. And I think that emotional growth only happens when you connect socially with a bunch of people and when you learn from other people. I believe I can learn a lot from you. You're watching this video. I'm on the other side of this video, but I believe I can learn a lot from you. I'd love to hear your comments. Please just take a minute and comment below and let me know what you think of the importance of improving our emotional state. I think that in order to be truly happy, in order to be really happy, you should be at an emotional state of anywhere between a +3 to a +8. I think it's important to be optimistic. It's important to be jovial. It's important to be happy. And I think that the world that we live in, we find ourselves in an emotional state where we anywhere from a +4 to a -4 or -5. At least that's how I've been. And sometimes when things bring you down, sometimes when somebody does something that you don't like, somebody acts irrationally, whether it's a friend, a family member, a neighbor, your boss, then it's easy to go to a -4, -8, -10 and say, hey, I don't have time. I'm just stressed out all the time. And I don't want that for you. I want you to really take stock of your emotional state, and I want you to try and improve so that in general we're happier. Now, I don't think we should always be at a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. That's, I don't want us to be on a perpetual high, because that's not sustainable. We can't all live in a state of euphoria, and I don't think we should. But I do think that the release of endorphins, the release of the feel-good hormones, feel-good chemicals, which is what you really feel when you're at a +8, +9, +10, is important. But in fact, that's one of the reasons I had to take an extended break from our channel, because I've had to work on some things myself, and I'm back trying to create content and contribute to you in any way I can. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, the economy, and your money, and I am back, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks.